I want to tell y'all about something. I remember a while back we had a really bad storm that came through the area where I live at, and uh, and I was at work, and I was gonna get off at a certain time. But when I realized the storm was coming, I didn't want to be at work when that storm came. So I left a little early and came on home. And just being at home gave me a level of comfort and peace. Being with my loved ones, and even though it was the same storm, but just being in the company of my loved ones and my family and stuff like that, it just gave me a peace, man. And as I was thinking about that, it brought something to my mind with us in life. Sometimes is not the storms of life that gives us the most discomfort. Sometimes it's who we have to go through the storms with. Yeah. Sometimes it's who we have to go through the storms with that cause us the most discomfort. And your storm could be anything that caused you discomfort, anything that gave you difficulty in your life. Maybe you somebody that had your children at an early age, and because of the people you were around, they were saying, well, you're gonna have all these different issues because you got this child at a young age, and and you're not gonna be able to accomplish this, and you're not gonna be able to accomplish that. But I just say, get around some people, man, that when you in the storms of life, whatever it is, maybe you were in a relationship and it went south, and instead of people encouraging you and telling you can bounce back and still accomplish your goals and the things you want to do with your life, they sit there and just made the situation that much worse, you know. Or maybe you were somebody that started a business, and the business was struggling at first, and that can be considered a storm, you know what I mean? And you had people that were saying, yeah, see, I told you that wasn't gonna work. I told you should have did this way, did that way. So what am I saying at the end of the day, man? It's like, sometimes the issues that we go through in life, yeah, they can be difficult, but man, if you're going through them with the wrong folks, man, I'm telling you, man, it can make it so much harder, because people are in your ear just with all the negativity, all the worst case scenarios, all the I told you so's and stuff like that. And some people may have told you along the way, to try it this way or try it that way. But when you're in the midst of a storm, man, you don't want to hear that. You want someone to encourage you. You want someone to try to give you a plan or some ideas of how to get out of the midst of the storm. So I just want to share that with you guys today, man, that many times I found in my life, and maybe some of you all have experienced that too, it wasn't the storm that gave me the most discomfort. It's the fact of who I had to go through the storm with. I find that if I'm going through the storm and I'm with people that I know care about me and love me and want the best for me, somehow that comfort of them being there, it makes the storm so much more bearable, so much more easy for me to go through it, along the way in my life as I think about it. So I just want to tell you guys, man, that pay attention to how people act towards you when you're in storms. Pay attention to who is there for you when you're in the midst of a storm in your life, whatever that storm may be. I named a few, but whatever it is, whatever it is that caused you discomfort in your life, pay attention to the people that are around you and how they treated you and act towards you when you were in the midst of that storm. Were they encouraging? Did they try to help you come out of that storm? Or was it someone that kept saying just, I told you so, or gossip about you saying, I told them that wasn't going to work out anyway, and stuff of that nature. So I just want to share that with you guys today, man, going into the weekend, that, for me, I just realized, man, that many times in my life, it was not the storm that gave me the most discomfort, man. It was the people that I had to go through it with. And I thank God that now that I'm surrounded by people that I know that when the storms of life come, that I'm covered, man, that I got people that's going to encourage me. I got people that's going to love on me regardless. I got people that's going to try to give me ways to come out of the storm. So I just want to share with you guys today, man, just pay attention to the people that are around you when you're in the midst of a storm, and pay attention to how they interact with you, how they treat you and stuff like that. And, you might want to just separate yourself from people like that, man, because, to have people around you that so supportive when everything is going good. But then, when you're in a storm, they're not there. They never were really there for you from the start, to be honest. So anyway, I don't want to get too deep with it because I don't want to cause no fist fights amongst friends. But I'm just telling y'all, beware of that. Beware that many times in life, if you look back on your life, it was not the storm that caused you the most discomfort. It was the people you had to go through that storm with, the people that were around you when you were going through that storm. So you guys do as I always say, run with the sun in your face, man, and the wind at your back, man. And hey, let's go, man. Let's go.